by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Hey, happy Thursday, Ohio Valley. Let's talk weather conditions. Since it is February 1st, it's only fitting we discuss January 2024 with the past month in review. Quite the performance, especially whenever we're talking overnight lows. Temperatures should be right around 22 degrees over the last 30 days. Well, we got to 27.5 once we averaged the minimum temperature, even though we did have a prolonged stretch of chilly weather, but it still averaged out to about 5 degrees above where we should be. We were also above average by about 1.5 degrees for our high. And then in terms of impressive precipitation, close to 1.25 inches above where we should be for this stage of January. But that's good news, especially as we head into our summer months. We typically go through a little bit of a lull in action, so any sort of a surplus that we can have going into summer seems to be on the good side. In terms of precipitation, if you like the sunshine, we have plenty of that across the tri-state area. Very thin layer of clouds starting to develop, some cirrostratus clouds right along the I-70 corridor. Very weak cold front will provide a brief return of some spotty showers, if anything a fine mist, as we head into late this evening, approaching midnight through the early morning hours of your Friday. This is going to be very brief, and I don't expect anything widespread nor problematic. Precip totals amounting to less than 1/10 of an inch. So again, not concerned about streams and creeks. River levels continue to flatline, if anything bottom out, back into a steady flow for this stage of our January. Temperatures also starting to see a brief return to well above average. Again, we should be within the upper 30s, low 40s for our region, sitting at 47 outside. Here's that weak cold front with a shift in winds. Once our winds shift more northerly, we start to see that downward trend in temperatures, although overnight lows will be down into the upper 30s. And I do expect another dry morning commute, and if anything, a stray snowflake or two, not out of the realm of possibility, more so contained to some of the higher hilltops. Elsewhere, I do expect us to remain dry and primarily see just precipitation in the form of rain. Tomorrow's Groundhog Day, February 2nd, equidistant from the winter solstice to the spring equinox, that is. What can we expect to wake up to? Well, upper 30s for starters. We get back in the mid to low 40s, and then we go into a stunning weekend. How about this? Upper 40s, low 50s, all of which will be under broad high pressure. That means a return of sun-filled skies. You don't see much of this as we head into your February as well as through winter. We're going to string together a prolonged stretch of sun-filled skies, so I hope you're able to perhaps clean the car, just go for a bike ride, be out and soak up some of that sunshine. Here's how predictor plays out that rain, very spotty and sporadic in nature, moving through very quickly as we approach midnight and head into the early morning hours of our Friday. Then as we approach our morning commute, we don't have much to discuss. Mid to upper level clouds start to gradually thin out as we head closer to lunch, and then further into tomorrow afternoon and evening, we're fully clear. And like we saw in that weekend preview, your weekend does trend pristine, upper 40s, low 50s, continuing on through the day Sunday into next week. We start to gradually see an increase in cloud coverage, but it's not until we head into mid to late week where our clouds become a bit more prominent. Temperature-wise, we're in the mid to low 50s Wednesday and Thursday, if anything, hovering right around 50 degrees to begin next week.